Hey guys, this is Alex, your coach of the Toronto Star Raptors, here with my team builder for Week 5 against the Nottingham Forest's Curse. As always, you can see my team on the left and my opponents on the right. So just as always, a quick breakdown of his team. He's got the Tyranitar. I'm not super worried about it because, well, I am and I am. Unless he's running Choppleberry Berry or Focus Dash, I can take it out with a bunch of my Mons with one hit. And I'm hoping he realizes that because I have been bringing Choice Scarf Sock a lot. So I hope he realizes that, and then he doesn't bring Tyranitar, or if he does, he brings it Focus Dashed, or Choice Scarfed as well. Because otherwise, Blue just comes in and takes it out. It's really important to me. I mean, it would make my life a lot easier if he doesn't bring it for reasons we'll get into later. Next up, he's got the Volcarona. Good setup Mom, but it is 4 times weak to rocks, and his only defogger is the Scyther. So if he wants to bring Volcarona, he pretty much kind of needs a defogger or a rapid spinner, and if he does that, he has to bring Scyther, and then a third of his team is 4 times weak to rocks. So if he wants to go that route, I'm fine with it. Either one mod is going to be coming in and crippled, or a third of his team is coming in crippled. So I'm not super worried about that. The Jolteon is one of the best fast electric types, but in my opinion, you do kind of need to run Life Orb or Choice Specs in order for it to hit super hard, and because of that, I can take advantage of that. It will be giving itself its own chip damage, and especially if I can get up rocks, that'll stop it. Rocks, I feel, are going to be pretty important here. It'll help break Sash on Tyranitar and stuff like that. Next up, he's got the Dragalge, really good wall breaker. Poison and Dragon are 2 really good stabs, especially with adaptability, but I do have the Registeel, so as long as I can keep that around, its adaptability doesn't worry me that much, because I resist one of his stabs and I'm immune to the other one. And because of that, he kind of can't run specs. I mean, he could, but if he does, I can play around it really well. I think it's probably going to be more likely Assault Vest or a Life Orb or something like that, if he even brings it at all. Kind of hope he doesn't, for, again, reasons we'll get into. Next up, the Cinccino can be really annoying if he runs King's Rock. I really hope he doesn't. It's super fast. Again, Colossus kind of hard walls it, so Colossus actually is a pretty good wall for his team, which is why I did bring it. Then he's got the Mega Slowbro, one of the fattest mons that there is. This thing is a problem. I can't let it set up on me. So I have brought some weird things to kind of handle it, which again I will get into. Next up, he's got the Umbreon. Pairs really well with the Mega Slowbro. They resist each other's weaknesses, and it does run the Heal Bell, and with Toxic being one of the best ways to take down Mega Slowbro. So those two come really well together. I do expect him to bring them both, and I do have means for Umbreon to get rid of it. And once I get rid of Umbreon, I can just get a Toxic up on Mega Slowbro, and then it's just a matter of time. It's just playing the waiting game. He's got the Venusaur, underrated mon in my opinion, but I don't really see it coming. It doesn't do that much to my team as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I guess he could always run a Swords Dance set with Earthquake that does stuff, but I do have the Tornadus and the Entei, so without the thick fat, I can just kind of tear through it. He's got the Gastrodon, which I don't see him bringing if he brings Mega Slowbro, just because 2 bulky water types makes his team a little too passive. If he wants to go that route, that's fine with me. I do have moves for it, just from having to deal with Mega Slowbro, but so I don't really think he's going to bring both of those. It's going to be one or the other. And then last up, Greninja. Excellent move pool, really fast, but without the Protean, it doesn't really hit as hard as people remember it hitting. So maybe I'm just being a little arrogant, but I'm not that worried about it. And I do think I have coverage for it to deal with it. He kind of has to run it Scarfed if he wants to be outspeeding my faster mons. Oh no, he doesn't. I'm wrong, but he does have to be running Tib and max speed, so that prevents him from running with more bulk and stuff like that. So that's enough about his team. I'm going to get into my team first really quickly. So first up, we have Cordyceps, the Amoonguss, Rock and Black Sludge Regenerator, Toxic, Energy Ball, Clear Smog, and Hidden Power Rock. Running max special defense with the rest dumped into special attack, Calm Nature. So Cordyceps is here to get Toxics off on Slowbro because that is one of the best ways of dealing with it. I know he can hit me with things like the Psyshock, but I'm hoping, maybe he gets greedy and goes for a Calm Mind on me because he knows that he can take me out, thinking maybe I'll switch. I'm running Energy Ball because I have the Regenerator and the Black Sludge, so I'm not worried about getting health. I'm never going to be Giga Drain, especially if he starts getting Calm Minds up, is not going to be giving me reliable recovery anyway, so I'd rather have the extra power and the chance of lowering his special defense. I have the Clear Slog in case he does want to get set up too much. I don't really need Poison Stab for anything else. This also is a decent wall for the Volcarona because I am neutral. Sorry, it's not a decent wall to Volcarona. If he brings Volcarona, he'll want to switch it in on this. So I can get Clear Smogs off on the Quiver Dances, and I can take it out with HP Rock to kind of catch him off guard. That's kind of the plan, which is why I'm running Max Special Defensive. I can take any one hit, take it out with the HP Rock, and then switch out, get a lot of health back. So that's kind of the plan on Amoonguss. It is kind of a riskier Mon this week, but I kind of needed to bring it. Next up, we have our Beyonce, the Mega Diancie, rocking Moonblast, Diamond Storm, Protect, and Earth Power. I am running enough speed to outspeed a Modest Greninja, I believe. Yes, why I'm 1 point too high. Modest Greninja is what I can take out. But I believe it's one of those instances where I can't go below. Yeah, there's no 175. I can only do 176. So I outspeed it by 2 points. A little unfortunate, but it's what we have to do. Rest dumped into attack. This is, again, rocking the Diamond Storm for the Volcarona and the Scyther. Moonblast for Tyranitar. It's neutral to Dragalge, Umbreon, and then anything that's like things like Jolteon just take massive damage for it. And then the Earth Power hits Tyranitar, Volcarona, Dragalge, Jolteon, not Venusaur really, but so just a really fast Mon. I'm getting the Protect so I can get my speed up because I am worried about just like random HP steals. I'm rocking the Hasty Nature because I'm more worried about his special attackers than his physical attackers this week, just plain simple. So that's Beyonce, always pretty standard with them. Next up we have Colossus, the Registeel, rocking Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Rock Slide, and Hammer Arm. So Hammer Arm is for the Tyranitar, and it's also for things like Cinccino and Umbreon. Earthquake hits the Tyranitar and the Volcarona, the Jolteon, and then the Rock Slide is again for Volcarona and Scyther. I do think I should switch one of those attacking moves to Toxic, and I think I will probably switch Earthquake looking at it. Probably going to switch Earthquake just so I have another Mon that can Toxic make a Slowbro. I am running leftovers with Light Metal because Cinccino does get Low Kick. And I believe Tyranitar does too. So I want to make sure I'm as light as possible. Again, max specially defensive because, I'm not going to be taking hits from the Tyranitar. Cinccino, I'm going to resist anything, so I don't really need the investment. Umbreon is not that threatening as a physical Mon, and then everything else is special. So I don't really need the physical walls this week. Next up, we have Avion, the Tornadus Therian, running the Life Orb again this week with Grass Knot, U-Turn, Hurricane, and Superpower. I'm running enough speed to outpace a Scarfed Tyranitar, Jolly Scarfed Tyranitar, and so I can take it out with a Superpower because I need to make sure that Tyranitar cannot set up the sun or the sand, which I will get to. Max Special Attack, a little more dumped into attack, and then there's the last 4 IVs dumped into HP, so they're not wasted. Grass Knot is obviously for things like Gastrodon and Slowbro. U-Turn is just for priority. Hurricane is just powerful stab, and then Superpower, as I mentioned, things like Umbreon and the Tyranitar, which are 2 Mons that I really need to prioritize getting rid of because they hinder my ability to take out Mega Slowbro. Next up, we have Blue, the sock with Choice Scarf again, as always. I'm rocking Mold Breaker because it allows me to get past Jolteon's Thunder Punch, or Volt Absorb. And it also allows me to get past Mega Slowbro's Shell Armor, so I can actually get a crit with this thing on Mega Slowbro. I don't think that's going to be that big of a deal because it is so physically bulky, but hey, I'll take what I can get. I'm rocking Close Combat, Rock Slide, Thunder Punch, and Ice Punch. All the coverage for all the mons I've already been talking about. Close Combat and Rock Slide really does a lot to his team on the whole. And then you have the Thunder Punch. That helps me get to the Slowbro, and I don't really know why I'm running Ice Punch this week. I can switch Ice Punch to Earthquake now that I'm looking at it. I think I will. So Earthquake. Again, I'm running enough speed. What do I outspeed with this investment? I should always write this down, but I never do. 134 times 1.5. I outspeeded Jolteon. So I outspeed anything on his team that isn't Scarfed with this speed investment, including some of his things that are Scarfed, like Venusaur or Tyranitar. So no matter what, I can come in and just get a massive hit off. The only way he'll be able to outspeed Jolteon, or Jolteon will be able to speed me, is if it's Scarfed, and that's just going to really hinder it. I don't really see that happening because it naturally outspeeds everything on my team. So this is kind of a Jolteon answer, so I can kind of stop it from Volt turning around since I don't have an electric or a ground type. I might change Earthquake to Knockoff just looking at it, but actually no, I'm not. I like Earthquake. That's probably going to be the set because Earthquake does hit harder than Ice Punch, and other than Venusaur, I mean, I don't really have anything else that needs it, and I'm not that worried about Venusaur personally. And then last up, you can see I had the Entei there. Quick note, I think it's really important now at this point of the season where I've been kind of bringing the same set, so I want to try and, bring something different, try and experiment, because by the time, if I keep this up, I might have a real chance of getting to playoffs, and then I'm going to have to be innovative there because I'm going to be fighting people I've already fought, so I have to come up with some creative sets, and by come up, I mean steal from people online. So we're bringing the Caliente set this week, people. We're running Weakness Policy. We're not running Eruption. We're running Flamethrower, which I'll get to in a minute. Hidden Power, Fighting, Solar Beam, and Sunny Day. Rocking max special, or max speed, and special attack. I don't need max speed though now that I'm looking at it, but because of the HP Rock investment, I can't tie with his base 100s, which is kind of annoying. So I can actually make myself a little bulkier. Look at this, live team editing. How about that, people? How's that for professional content? So it's looking like an Adamant Scyther is the fastest thing on his team that I need to worry about, which maxes out at 157. So I can actually go down to 158 and pump the rest into, oh no, I don't want that much. And then we'll put some into special attack. There we go. So as I said, because of the HP Rock, you can see there with the 30 IVs, I can't tie with his base 100s, namely Volcarona, or an Adamant Chinchino, which max out at 167, just like my Entei. So just giving a quick look at his team, that is the fastest thing I outspeed is an Adamant Scyther. So I can make myself a little bulkier, and it's important for myself to be bulkier because this set revolves around taking damage, which is why I'm running Flamethrower. Okay, the premise of this mon is if I can come in with, if I switch into Entei, you know what's a really good switch into Entei? Mega Slowbro and Gastrodon. So you know what I do? I set up a Sunny Day, they go for the Scald, my Weakness Policy pops, it's weakened by the sun, and then I can start getting off things like Solar Beam. Now, the one problem with this set is Tyranitar. Because if Tyranitar comes in, he gets rid of the sun, and then if I go for a Solar Beam and T-Tar switches in, instead of taking 2 turns, it takes 3 turns, and then Entei is screwed. I'm locked in on the Tyranitar. It's going to kill me. So as long as Tyranitar is around, Entei can't really do anything, which is what I need That's why I need to prioritize Tyranitar. I also need to prioritize getting rid of Dragalge because it hard walls the set. It resists all 3 of these stabs. Even at +2 with Sun, it still resists Flamethrower. It's not going to do that much. Again, Flamethrower is better than Eruption because I have to take damage. I'm going to try and make this work. I'm really hoping to take a Scald on the Mega Slowbro and get my Weakness Policy to pop. And then +2 Solar Beam, if it doesn't already have Calm Minds up, does a lot of damage. So that's kind of the game plan here. The Entei set is, a little problematic because of that T-Tar, but again, he knows I have fast mons that take care of it. I'm really hoping he doesn't even bring it. If I don't see Tyranitar, Entei is going to have a field day, and I'm so excited. I really hope the set pays off because it'd be a shame if I lost and broke my winning streak just to bring some weird set just for my own amusement. But anyway, that is the team, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. As always, I appreciate any advice you guys will give me, and I'll see you guys on game day.